will bring you now, live from the Porta John Cafe in the Brown Stain Studios. Live is the TRG. Hey, anybody there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How'd you lose it damn late? Hang on. Stay up. Pay attention.
Okay.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm right over here. Come here a little closer. I'm right here. Come here. I'm right over here. Marco.
Go ahead. Jesse.
Marco. What do you want, Max? I'm playing. I don't want the ball. Marco. Give me the damn ball. Joy. Give me that ball. All right, I'm in. Polo. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. I finally got somebody to say. I got a couple of polos there. They said, roll on that cream puff, and did you catch that?
Yeah, Miss Marco, we said hello.
Yeah, How y'all doing tonight? Y'all doing wonderful? That's good. That's good. That's good. Max, you ain't want to talk to me all day long. Now all of a sudden you want to growl at me. I know.
She said her dog trying to find rings.
Big joy.
Get over here.
Good play. A lot of interesting going on.
Done that?
A lot of interesting stuff going on right now. They brought in the reserves tonight, folks, over at the bouncing off the shit house walls. They got a mama share up in there. Holy snort baggins. They got it going on now. And they got little Kenneth Copeland Keys up there. Round off to them. Well, you got to think about it. He has turned into a straight revival preacher, what it seems like. I mean, he just being as hypocritical as the rest of them. He'll be getting one of them old jet airplanes, and because he don't like flying coach because he's scared of the demons that come out in that plane when he's a flying weirdo. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on today. We got a little midget up there playing in the mountains, trying to get in trouble. He did a video today where he just infiltrated a Citgo gas station with the cops right beside him and got all the information on the video, how the security codes and everything, right there on the camera. That woman would not have a job in the morning, folks. I'm telling you, if they thought about it. Even telling who's coming on the next shift, having a good time. Hey, Opie Cat. Hey, Snort Baggins. Oh, that's Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast girls like saying Snort Baggins. She likes that. Hi, Andrea. We got 15 people. That's all we're going to have. We might be able to get 2-hand football going on here. About it. And I was going to talk about some weird stuff tonight. I mean, it really was. I was going to play with tarot cards and spin the bottle on a Ouija board, see what would happen. Hey, you ever caught one of them on fire? Ouija board? I did one. What is it with you?
Go. Give her.
Anyway, I caught one on fire one time. Yeah. Well, my mama did. She snatched it out of her hand and took it out to the burn pile. That was weird. Can't get into Doug's out of town and hear Doug. Okay, that ain't good. Okay, well, he's not out of town. He's just out of the house. And it might take him a couple hours to get home because he's walking. But Griff, your internet must be very slow. It's creepy. Keeps freezing. My internet sucks. I'll be honest with you. I got internet service about like I don't know. It's about like a mortician. It's very slow and cold. It does what it wants to. What are you trying to do? No thanks. You trying to do the Elvis? You know, you walking on stage like the Elvis did. You want me to do the drum roll and the big horns and everything? The 2000. What was that music? When that music theme song was 2000, or the anthem monkeys and all jump around going. Yeah. That's tough. Yeah. Yeah. There's old Mama Cher on there with Blood Money, Kenneth Copeland Keys. That's his illegitimate son, Kenneth Copeland Keys. Yeah, man. Staffy Mama says, hey, Miss Griffin. Hi, Griff. Justice for Summer Wells. How you doing tonight? John Smedley, how are we doing? You've been walking up them stairs a whole lot. What are they, stair climbers or the actual stairs? What's going on there? I swear it takes you 3 trips to haul ass. Come on, Big Daddy. Put a little pep in that step. I know you can do it.
Come here.
Will you stop? I'm on the air. I don't want you. Get your own podcast.
Give it here.
Oh, you don't
Quit
say
playing with them.
I'm not. Quit playing.
You're aggravating.
Quit playing with me. Okay, good. Well, you're not. You got to get that. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it one more time, man. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here, and I'm gonna go right here to chat. I'm gonna say, and it's gonna pop out there, right there. So you gotta grab it. You gotta grab it when it comes out. Grab when it's hot. Grab when it's hot. You grab it. You didn't grab it. You gotta grab when it's hot. I threw it out there. Where'd it go? There it is. You gotta grab when it's hot.
Say it was Predator Hunter who will be on Facebook doing that.
You gotta grab when it's hot.
Huh?
You gotta grab when it's hot. Why didn't you show them? Well, why don't you buy myself?
Come here, Max.
There. Grab it when it's hot. Just
Get him over here. Get over. Get. See, you're at.
I don't want the ball. He gives me the ball. You ever had a dog that when you spanked him, he don't even whine?
Oh, he does.
He don't even make a whimper.
He does.
He don't care. He just wanted a dog. One of them crazy ass dogs. So, did he ever make it up the hill? Because I don't see him up here yet. Let me see if I can get Bill in there. Where you at, Bill and Ted? Invite a guest. See a layout you need. Close tip. Okay. I've invited him one time already, him like, okay, and he won't show up, so I'm like, all right, so I don't know where he's at, so he could, anywhere he wants. He sent me a private message. What's up? What I got right there? What up, big man? What's up, girl? How you doing? And then we'll go back over here and we'll change him again. I mean, he's wanting a big. I guess he wants to wait till. I guess we got to get up to 30 people in here before he'll come in. He's just this guy's a celebrity here lately. I mean, he's had some big time names on his show. I mean, you got to give him props. I mean, he's really hammering them out. I'm waiting on him. The next guest he's going to have is Kenneth Copeland Keys. That's going to be the outbreak. We're going to bring him out. We're going to bring him out on his televangelist experience with Kenneth Copeland Keys. That'll be his next guest, probably. We'll try to push for that. He talk to his director, producer, see if we can get him out there. Has anybody seen Doug? Has he ever showed up yet? He's not in the back, I don't think. Link. Okay, I'm gonna do this one more. Look at the screen, Doug. You see the screen? I'm gonna do this one more time, Doug. I'm just gonna do it for you. I don't do this just to anybody. I do this just for Doug.
Stop.
One more time, Doug. You right there? There you go, Doug. It's yours, man. It's out there, man. There it goes. Get it, Doug. Grab it like a bulldog. Grab it. Bite it. Get it. Go with it. Did you get it? Did you see it? I saw it. Everybody saw it. Did you get it? It's like a broken record sometimes. I'm going to drop him like it's hot in a minute. If he don't tighten up. Oh, well, there's somebody. Chris Pimp. Oh, my pimp gun showed up. That's what it is. This asshole. I swear to God.
What happened? Why aren't you working this corner?
What am I? What?
You're echoing. You got a background. Someone's got another device on.
Well, heck no, we do not. Not me. See? Did I mute you? You still there? Are you there? I do not have but one device on. You hear? Don't go away. Don't go away, man. Don't go away, man. All right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was just fixing my name.
I got you. Well, what was wrong with the first name? It's kind of cute. I mean, I'm a pipe fitter by day, porn star by night, dude. Hey, it's how we roll. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, I think it. No, I'm, it's still going.
You're showing
Oh,
forward on it.
I do not have
That's
a
not even me
reverb.
talking right now. Why am I talking twice?
Well, you should not be talking twice. That means you're talking to yourself. You don't do that. I do
Son of a
not have
bitch,
anything.
You know what? It was not you, Griff. It was not. You know what? I'm so pompous that I was watching my own channel while I'm on StreamYards. That's how pompous I am. I was like trying to watch.
I'm going to take this and run with it because I don't get that a lot. I don't get being right a lot at all.
should.
I mean,
you know what you should do is if you want to be right, you got to. Damn, that was a loud lighter. I have earphones on. I was like, whoa. I look like Cher after doing a line.
Easy. Speaking of Cher, did you see who she had on her tonight?
Grumpy Bear.
She's got her mama. She brought the reinforcements. She's got Mama Cher and Kenneth Copeland Keys on there too.
That's Mama Cher.
Did you see her new Halloween costume that's in the dollar store?
I thought she wears it all the time. She finally got them made up. That's good. Eyes and everything.
It's a mock-up.
That's too many teeth.
It's a mock-up. I'm thinking I could at least sell it at the dollar store.
Yeah, it's too many teeth in there. You got to do something about the teeth. Just way too many.
Well, you know what? I have a Sharpie. I figure we could just.
There you go.
I was gonna match the
improvise.
mouth. I was gonna match the mouth.
That's
Here,
good.
This might help too. Did you see her music video?
She sings.
Well, no, she's gonna. Well, here.
Now I don't gotta tell you what I'm all about. I'm all about the bet. Bitch, swag it out, bag it up. I just scored another 10 bucks.
Yeah. I know what her new name would be. Her name would be G Vitus. They call her G Vitus. That'd be her
Gingivitis don't want them either. You know what I mean? Like the gays don't want them. The gingivitis,
no.
the AIDS don't even want them. You know what I mean?
What are we gonna do?
And they got Bernie or not. I put Ernie and Benny together. I called him Bernie. What the hell just happened?
That sounds good.
Actually,
Bert
that's
Ernie.
funny. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Did you see? He went on. He had a video tonight where he actually went and
if you click on somebody in the chat, if you click on their comment, it'll show up on the screen, and it'll take that one off the screen. And if you click on it twice, it'll take both of them off the screen. So you got a clear screen. You can have it up there if you want. It's up to you.
I got you.
But you're missing out on they're missing out on our side boobs. You see that?
I'm not showing my side boob tonight. I'm trying to be colorful.
Did you see me in my underwear yesterday, Griff?
Huh?
Did you see me dancing around? Did you missed my live stream yesterday, did you?
I seen some of it, but I didn't see all of it. I seen you and
then you missed the best part. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
How'd it go? I seen it's hard when you was talking to Chris. Was that the one where that you went on before Lab got on there with you? I didn't get to see all that.
That was like an impromptu because I was just about to go over the second part of his interview, Chris's interview, and he threw up a donation. He's like, "What's the link?"
No shit. That's good.
And so
I was wondering how that worked out. I didn't know.
And then the Lab came up, and then of course you had the trolls in the background. I had Benny Keys trying to porn bomb me, trying to come up, and I just ignored it.
You know, it gets sometimes you miss them when they're not there. You know, sometimes it gets a little bit annoying, but other times it's fun.
Well, you know what it turned into a good impromptu show. It was an honor to have.
I really thought it was already playing. It looked like it was playing. I mean, it looked real organized. That's why I didn't get involved.
Do you want to know the trick to all my shows, Griff?
It's just shoot for the hip.
I don't plan any of them. I have a topic. I have some bullet points, but really, I just let my emotions take over along with my thought process. That makes sense, and I try not to be emotional throughout the whole thing. That's why I mix the comedy in and everything. So it takes you away out of that second. It's like watching a commercial. When you're watching a 30-minute episode, it kind of breaks up. Yeah. Or if you're watching drone footage,
Right. Well, then that completely gets away with this. Chris McDonough's the persona that he carried, like the guy, like the progressive commercials, where you try not to be your dad. That you get that persona about him that he don't pay attention to none of us. But that's pretty cool that somebody had to at least let him know that you had something going on about him.
I don't know if you know this about Chris, but Chris lost a son.
Yeah.
In the past as well. So Chris is just a good man. Karen's just a good woman. Like hey, Dill. Dill's a great guy too.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan.
Yep.
Dylan's our backstage guy. He
Yep.
handles the back areas. Hey, Steph Happens. What's up, man? Mystical.
What
Andrea. Hey,
y'all got
Kathy.
going on? Any of y'all want to come on and just
Gulf Coast girl.
just talk?
Hey,
Y'all know the
You should-
link.
you
I
should
thought I got it again.
You should bring the missus
Anybody.
on. You should bring the missus on. Throw
Missus.
some earbuds into her and bring her on.
She likes the fantasy. She likes.
You
the
guys
thrill
could
of
do
it.
like you could be like a Cam and Alley knockoff.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
Ah.
Yeah. I done tried that. I done tried to tell her to get on it. She won't do it. She will not do it. I told her she got her own laptop. She can go right over there and just come join us.
I'm not ready right now. I'm always
has-
down 50.
She ain't got no problem telling her mind though when she's ready.
Oh
You know
yes,
that.
she will.
No, we know that.
She's
She's no problem.
producing right now. She's producing right now. What'd you say?
Oh,
I
she's
can't
starting to
understand
she's starting to shake like she's ready to talk.
Well, she's doing that sign language and shaking her head. I don't know yet. She could be. I'll find out.
That's
That's the smoker, the
dude,
filterless smoker.
You know what? Your bag of tricks keeps getting more. Now you know sign language too. You're just a
What?
all around
I'm an
jack of all trades,
well,
dude.
Yeah, I got to learn, man. I mean, that's the way you got to figure this stuff out.
It's just this one, right?
Exactly. That's right there. You got to know that. You got to see how
Yeah,
crooked that
that's-
thing is. You got to know it.
Yeah, it's like the Ernie finger, except his is like all messed up like this.
That's
He's got like weird ass ET hand, like
He done this today. He had this.
Hey,
He had this on
house.
his shirt. He was going like this today. With he was doing that today. I don't know what the hell he was trying to pull, but he's got signal.
He's trying to get back to the LGBTQ community. He's trying to get back in with them. He is. Yeah.
Oh,
That's all it is. That's all. That's all.
that's it.
Could you imagine the conversations that have to go on in the back, like behind the doors between like Ernie and Penny? Could you
Oh,
imagine
man.
the
Are they really
the
talking?
quality of conversation it would be?
What do you really think they're talking? I mean, really? I don't know if they're talking or not.
I think
I don't
Penny's
think
just like,
they're
and like Ernie's got his phone to his crotch, and he's like,
Yeah,
right?
he's always. I just how can it be a civil conversation? How could you do that? There's no
Right.
when Mike got involved with it, everybody was talking about. I kept looking at the chat.
Andrea just gave you $10.
I know that's why I put it on there. I appreciate that, sweetie. I just happened to see that. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
That's
First
right.
time.
Andrea's funny.
Thank you, sweetie. What do you what?
Is that
What?
her?
Huh?
Filter smoker?
Yeah, filter
Okay,
smoker.
thank you.
Filter smoker. Somebody's looking for you.
Who?
Yeah, she's on there. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. I was trying to.
I'm sorry.
This is still a work in progress, people. She's still training. But yeah, I was looking at his the chat page on that. Everybody kept saying how Mike's just so smooth. He was just such a smooth talker. Oh, Mike in the garage with the damn fly strips hanging around all around. He was just so awesome. They were really gathered about him. BTS. When it was
Oh,
Mike, yeah, exactly. Who's Mike? That's what blew my mind. They know what you're talking about.
real relevant.
What
I was
the
like, if you would have said "do not answer" like it is in my phone, then I would have known who you were talking. Well, one of
Exactly.
and I could have narrowed it down.
I don't have a clue. What does BTS stand for? I know what I can come up with, but I just don't.
He says it's called "Beat the System,"
Oh, beat the system. Okay.
but
Well, that makes sense. That
it's
is what
probably
it
just it's probably really is like, somebody's initials or something. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's beat any system. The only thing he looks like he beats is Benny off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh God, he was so romantic the other day too when he was talking to you about you and Chasing Justice. How he just
really?
wants to work with all y'all. He was just it was so phenomenal. I really seen the lighter side.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I did mention that. No, I would never, not even cross the street to piss on him if he was on fire, let alone ever go to Plano unless it was to kick his ass. That's the only reason why I'd ever be in Plano.
He reminds me. I remember Flash Gordon, the movie Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
You remember when the damn the Green Lantern sort of type of guy put his hand inside that log or whatever, and they couldn't tell what was in there. That's what it feels like when you're talking. When you see him, you're just waiting on him to pounce somewhere. He'll bring in, be all nicey. Next thing you know, he's gonna cut somebody's.
Well,
throat.
it's like if you want to lose brain cells or feel more stupid after you spend 2 hours of your life wasted, then go over there and watch. I mean, that would definitely help. somebody wants you,
You can definitely get a secondhand buzz
you
off
don't
of
want to catch the COVID at that point, just so you could stay home and watch more of him. You know what I
it.
mean?
Oh, shit. You get a secondhand buzz off watching him when he rolls up there in the damn day. I don't know how that works, but it is what it is.
He's probably immune to sickness because he's full of dickness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's immune to I'm immune to allergies. That's just from doing lines with Dawn.
Yeah.
Right?
All the time. Did you have you ever checked it? You check out that when I sent you that text about self-made mom? Did you check her out?
Yeah.
seen that?
I'm
I
subscribed
like
to her.
that.
I watch her videos. Yeah.
I did too. I think she is a
cool person.
She's like, ooh, I'd hate to be, and she gets scolded. You talking about scolding somebody?
Man,
she puts it to it straight.
talk about the look of death and look of love all at once.
Have
Have you ever seen God, you'd want someone like that fighting for you or looking for you. You know what I mean? As opposed to a Benny.
Exactly. That's how my mom was. I just knew I was either in trouble or she was happy, one or the other. But I just had to just listen to it and find out. That's how it goes. You never expect what's going to happen. But yeah, she was. I like her show. She gets to the point. She talks the truth. But
there's a lot of good people on YouTube, and you really don't know who you're talking to or dealing with, really, when it comes down to the end of the day.
Yeah.
But you find out who people really are, and as you get to see them more and more and know them more and more, and they experience more and more of you, and you experience, it makes it a lot easier. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
I could have only dreamed that the point I am at on YouTube right now, it's not with views or anything like that. It's with the subscribers I have and the people that I enjoy, and I get to be myself for the first time. This last 10 months, it was a growing phase, but I also, had the past on YouTube too, where, I was in a different community. I did different things, and I was more the accountability and transparency for, making sure our First Amendment rights weren't, abused and things. So, there was never a community that I was ever in with so much love and so many good people that you can really call your friend at the end of the day, or call them and know that you're actually calling their real number. I mean, a few of you guys have my real number. I mean, you being one of them too. I mean, a lot of you guys,
that's like today. Speaking about that today, I got several. I get emails all the time from some of the subs, and I leave that out there for them too. And I mean, there's some heart-wrenching damn stories you hear of what they're going through in their lives. I'm not going to go into detail because that's theirs, but it warms me to know that they're open enough to talk to me about it, because I know that I've been, we've all been through something. There's a reason why we watch this kind of stuff.
Well,
There's a reason.
The YouTube, you're the real Griff, right? But in real life, you're somebody else.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you identify as someone else. You know what I mean? So it's like,
that's right.
But you're a good person. Like you could be the Griff, and you could be that rough guy. That you could be the oil rigger, the cement layer, the construction guy. It doesn't mean you don't have a heart at the end of the day. And people see you for you at the end of the day. If you're yourself, and that's what my whole point of this is finally getting to be myself and have people who actually care about you. Like if you start being something you're not, like Benny Keys and the Shares and this and that, they're not good people. They're trying to be by facade, like a frontal view, right? But they're not good people in real life. They're just not. That's the way it goes. True. They've been con artists and scam artists their whole lives. That's all they know, and that's what they're used to. I had a great family, a great mom who's in heaven who, died of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia. I took care of her until, she passed in 2015 of January 23rd, and right after my birthday. And so I was at a very close family a lot. We've had our problems just like anybody else, but I was raised with love. It's what I was taught. Also, my mom was my dad was more the strict discipliner because he was the cop. He was the military guy. But my mom was, there for us when my dad wasn't, you know what I mean? And that was a lot of the time because he did work a lot, and I get it why he worked a lot. He gave us everything we needed. He gave us a good starting point. Where I went failed or whatever I did wrong, it was my own problem. I don't blame any one of them. I could be mad at them and say they didn't do what they could have for me when they did, and that would just be another excuse, number 257, that I could make in my life. But I've been a liar, I've been a bullshitter, and I've been full of shit. So when we're listening to it, right? When we listen to liars and bullshitters and people who are full of shit, we can read it. You know what I mean? And it's easier for us to keep
Dead.
people arm's distance.
Winning lottery ticket.
I've learned you have to keep people arm's distance for sure. Hey, you guys
Oh,
enjoy
you
it.
got to.
A Michigan
You
man
got
was
to.
found dead after.
Yeah, but it's just, but to be able to know that what we're talking about, it affects them in one way or the other. I mean, you can be negative about something, and it not. You just got to realize you got to try to bring the positive out of it.
Do you notice
And
how like they just can't be not right? It's like they have to
Exactly.
be right no matter. It's like, you know, when people say police always have to have the last saying, like, okay, get out of the street, be careful, or okay, you know, you have a nice night, or you know what I mean, or drive safe. Like they always got to throw in the last word after you, no matter what. Like a lot of times that's the way it kind of is, but that's what they are. All they're all like the last word. It's like they all feed off each other. They're all working together. You know, Cher's working with a private Dawn site that nobody really knows about. You see
Yeah.
the community post?
Exactly, yeah. That's
says
pathetic.
It says that this is a private Facebook group, a private group, and I'm putting this out because so a dog can see it. Like she's doing it again for Dawn, like
Yep.
another friendship. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's just like when she made that.
more clout for her. You know?
Exactly. Well, her comment she put out there about wanting to try the unity, just like you said earlier about how they cannot help but go back to that damn negative part. She come out so positive about the unity, but then after the tail end of it, she went to the cussing and just throwing us down like why are y'all doing this? Like it just completely has to be. You get into it, you're like maybe, and then bam, she goes right back to reality. You know, it ain't gonna change, and that's just people are just made that way, and it just it's sickening.
Well, it's the way they're programmed. It's just
Mhm.
like Benny's having his kid run around while he's doing 10 lives a day, right? And
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
screaming and he's cussing and he's this and that, and then he goes back to try to be daddy. Oh, you're doing poopy, da, 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 da. And then that asshole or that shit, and then his kid's right there, and then he has to get up. Oh, you eat your lunch, I'll be back. Like, yeah, push your kid aside again.
Think about how his wife has to do. Think about what she's
She
dealing
goes
with
to
every
work
day,
during
all
she
day.
goes to work
Yeah,
during
exactly.
the day. His mom goes to work during the day. He doesn't work. He doesn't do any of that. So
God,
yeah,
it's it is the way it is.
you know, and
I mean-
it you know, and you know what, Benny actually could be, you know, and never on my team ever again,
Right.
or any of our teams, but like if he actually
He is intelligent.
if
I'm not
he
going to say he is intelligent.
he's really not. He's got the gift of gab, and he'll look
Well,
at
that
something
too.
and he can kind of memorize it. You know what I mean? For what it is, and then he can go off on a tangent on it, right? He's like
Right.
one of the you can talk about everything. If you could talk about taxes, if you could talk about
Yeah.
life insurance, if you could talk about daily life, if you could talk about sports, if you talk about
Yeah.
commodities and things like that, you could talk about a little bit about everything. Then you can sound smart to anybody. You can
Oh,
sound
yeah.
intelligent, right?
I got
It's-
friends of mine
it's-
that go on Google and find a topic just to have the.
Benny's the kind of guy to be like, okay, I'm going to start an at-home Ponzi scheme. You know what I mean? or like a pyramid scheme. I'll sell it to my friends and family that they can make $200,000 a month if they find two people just like us and get them underneath them and sell them a $600 package that they'll never make any money off of.
That's right.
You know, but I'm willing to lie to my friends and family to tell them, you know what, all your dreams will come true. Just believe me. Right? On to the next scam.
Well, yeah. Did you see that? I got an idea for Halloween, man. I want to do it I want to try to do it. I don't know how we did it. Pull it off. But the scavenger hunt. I mentioned
So
something.
I
about
thought
that
we should
down
all
there.
just dress like Cher and just have like no
We
teeth.
can do that too.
We should-
I want to. I think we ought to have a masquerade
Send your
ball.
pictures. Send your pictures in.
Mhm.
What'd you want to
But
dress
it-
like? What'd you say?
I don't know. I said we ought to have like a ball or something like on Halloween night. But people's gonna have to do kids. Take care of the kids first. But later on at night, everybody get together about the same time and just have a big show.
Isn't there like online trick or treating, just like online school and stuff? Can we just online trick or
I
treat or
don't
something?
know. I think they
They
did
should
have some
start
of that
getting
one time.
donations and shit. You know, if rich neighborhoods should give out like just connect to PayPal and give $1 to each kid that comes up.
Mhm.
That's what they
That would
should
be
do.
cool. That would be cool. Hey, we
used
could
to
do
love-
that.
I used to
We
love
could
going to
donate
the
$1.
neighborhood. You remember the neighborhoods when we were little? Like we knew where they were handing out the full size candy bars every year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there was specific houses that always had the full size candy bars. Or like my mom was so cute. My mom, bless her heart, she was my best friend, and she would run out of candy. She would start handing out money. She would start
Yeah.
filling eggs
With
quarters?
Yep.
with
Mhm.
quarters, dimes, nickels, and
Oh yeah, because my mom had the Easter eggs.
She
She
wouldn't
had the
even
stuff
keep-
left
she
over
would-
from every
she'd
holiday.
just go to our big thing upstairs and just start.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how my mom.
break the
my
stuff
mom-
out.
Yeah,
She'd
that's-
grab them Easter eggs like you talking about, the little things he's
My
got.
mom just, I was like,
same
"Can you
thing.
just shut off
She'd
the
have-
light, mom. I quit trick
They're
or
gone.
treating.
They're gone.
I quit trick or treating when I was like 13. It was more fun to sit on the porch. It is like Candace, and then scare the kids when they came up. You know what I mean?
I had more fun with my kids than I did when I was actually doing it. I thought I had fun back when I was a child. But my kids, I loved it.
Your
Getting them
kids
dressed up,
are
just doing it.
Any
They were
parents out there, if you ever run out of candy, just sit on your porch, scare the shit out of the next few kids that come up, grab their sacks, refill up your bucket, and then yeah.
That was always fun.
Yeah.
I'd dress up like I was a mummy or like something sitting on the porch. Like I thought I was a fake, like I wasn't moving, like I wasn't real, like I was just a costume. And I just grabbed one of them youngest, grabbed by the shirt, stick my haul ass across the yard.
You're such a bad man.
I could do that once in a while. I got chased off our own porch one time by 3 kids. That was scary because I
I
scared
got beat up by 3 kids one time. That was scary.
Oh man, youngins are tough nowadays. They're not like they used to be.
My 15-year-old, I mean, he's a lineman. He's bigger than me. He's 15, and there's something in the water between girls and guys. If you notice, you know, the rapid growth.
Big time. Well, now the girls nowadays, Jesus, that's what makes me. My daughter got.
I blame the parents. I blame the parents the way they dress them. At like 8 years old, wearing booty shorts. It's
I went to my alma mater high school football homecoming game. My daughter and my boy was both in the 10th and 11th grade. First time I'd been back to school since I left, and I just didn't want to go back to it. But they went to the same school I went to, and man, I went there and I'm thinking these are all older people, but the kids nowadays blew my mind how they're all
going on 21.
Mature. Yeah, exactly.
They should have to wear fluorescent floaties until they're like 18.
Wear a name tag. Hey, I'm
until
still
they're
a
18.
child.
Yeah, until they're 18. Fluorescent floaties, thing around their waist, no 2 pieces.
It made me get a little closer to my daughter and say, hey, you ain't going out tonight. You were staying home. But
Should
she was always good. I didn't have to worry
made you
about
buy
it.
a shotgun.
Spend the
Oh, I had already had
she
one.
got
Oh, yeah, but that's one.
What, they
But
let
I was
them run?
lucky, though. My kids were home raised good because they didn't have as much trouble as I thought they'd be. I mean, until they got old. My boy got older, but then he got fine. But my daughter she was the one I was worried about. But in actuality, she had more sense like I did. She would actually could read somebody quick, and she wouldn't get into trouble. I'd worry myself sick over her. But
I picture you just being like, no kissing on the first date, and there'll be no second date. Have fun tonight, you guys.
Oh, there was boys that she'd go out with that would come to the house and be scared to death to talk to them.
What time are you going to be home with my daughter?
Oh yeah, I do it on purpose. I used to do it on purpose.
By the way, see these keys? You ain't getting under those pants, pal.
Well, see, I knew
Double lock.
Raven. I knew how she was because she would get rid of them before I'd have a chance to even judge them. She didn't like somebody that was real clingy to her, so I didn't have to worry about it. But then finally, when I found one that I actually liked, I thought he was pretty cool. She'd throw him to the curb. And I was like,
Does your daughter
what
drive?
happened to him?
He was
Oh yeah.
verbally.
Does she lease or buy cars?
We had to take care
Oh,
of
she just leased her last car. Yeah, but
Exactly.
she's
that.
You know
Yeah,
why?
she's
It's
smart.
like a man. She gets a new man every 3 years, like a new car.
Mhm.
You
She
know what I
don't
mean?
like them clingy.
Yep.
That's it.
It's like a lease.
Yep.
You can always find out their behavior when you find out if they buy or lease. You know what I mean? If
Oh,
they're
yeah.
in it for the 6 years and they're willing to pay everything they can, just have a nice car. They know
That's
then
it.
you know that it's like a girl who has a neck brace on. You know she's dedicated.
Yeah, but at the same time with a car though, they make sure when they turn it back in, they make sure it's clean. Make sure it's all. Ain't nothing. You're gonna see nothing wrong with it. You're gonna turn it like it's brand new.
I used to turn every lease in the worst I could
Yeah,
because I
I'll
always
tell
got
you
the brand new car that I wanted from the same company, so I never got charged.
Her guys never was like that. They was always crying. They was always just wet. I mean, it's just tears and just.
Oh, would you
Please don't do that to me, please.
Well,
Yeah,
leasing
she
actually
wouldn't turn
is a
them over
better-
real good.
Leasing's actually a better idea since you're only paying for the depreciation of the car while you have it.
Oh, she could say,
They
I don't
depreciate
have
it, all
nothing
right.
to do,
Yeah.
just
Poor
walk
little
away.
fella. She'd make them turn them into little boys. They thought there was something. Oh, she would just
Make
ruin
them tuck their nuts, huh?
Yeah. They didn't know what they had messing with.
She
Takes
did
a
She was a
Special
tomboy, but she didn't look like a tomboy. She was a beautiful little girl, but she was a tomboy. She was. Oh man, she wouldn't take nothing.
Was it third?
Wasn't scared of them. Of course, she had an older brother, a year and a half older, and they were thick as thieves, but they fought like dogs too.
Fifth grade, she won. BBC.
Yeah, she was on Who's Who. Matter of fact, she was in the book twice. She valedictorian when she graduated.
She did fifth and
But I mean,
tenth
she
grade.
was very, very intelligent. But she's
So-
also got a knack to tell somebody about how they feel. How she feels.
Ooh,
She got all the
Afraid
misses.
of
She
that.
got all the misses.
exactly. know it.
Brains and most of the looks from her.
Pretty much every bit of it.
She did that for her mama.
just like her mama. But yeah,
right.
Gulf Coast
You
Go
know what?
Fishing.
It's one of those things where, you know what I mean? Like when I look at my kids, like I just miss holding them, burping them, doing the whole daddy thing, like little thing. Like it's like, Dad, do you want me to make you a sandwich? I'm making one. You know what I mean? It's like
that's it. I don't miss the diapers, man.
Not
I
a problem. Yeah. Here's the keys to the car. You grab me a beer or two.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That is weird. I did that my first time with my boy. I was literally drinking beer with him, and he never done it.
I'm like touching the comments like I'm doing the show, and I'm like, why the fuck aren't any one of these coming up right now? I was starting to get frustrated. I was like, I'm gonna have to restart my computer. Go to my phone. Like, what's wrong? I'm not used to this. I'm not used to sharing. I'm not used to being on the right side. I'm used to being where you are, like the left side. I'm like, now my mic's on the wrong side. I'm trying to get to where my camera is.
You got to learn to be adjustable.
So I'm trying to learn to be a friend right now. That's why I'm sitting.
There you go. That's what matters. Just hanging out. You've been all serious here lately, but I mean, like I said, you're moving on up. You're a professional now. You got the
professional at what?
Oh, I mean, you're bringing in the big hitters, man. You're bringing them in.
Professional.
They coming to you. They coming to you. You're not even bringing them. They're coming to you.
Last time I got a job by saying I'm a professional YouTuber. When was the last time you got a job saying that? No, I'm an actor. Well, I'm actually a waiter, but I'm an actor. You know,
I don't think I could ever call this a job.
Just waiting to get a job.
I wouldn't call this a job. I couldn't. There's no way in hell I could do it. I mean, I work during the day. I work all day long.
You're not even in work clothes. Look at us.
No, this is.
Well, I mean, last night I was in underwear, that our Statue of David underwear. You missed it. I did a full blown striptease. I made $270. I had no clue. In a minute and a half. That was some
I was thinking about putting a pole in. I was thinking about getting a pole.
Forget the pole. You got to use the room. You know, you need. I learned that last night. If I would have angled the chair better, and I would have had like my bed in a better position, the computer set up right. I mean, you guys would have got a really good show. Like I'm considering about redoing that. Actually, I'm thinking about. I need to take two. I think I could do better because on my show, what my channel's about, Griff, is I give 100%. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
And if I'm challenged or something goes on, like an 8th grade little fest, I'm surprised we didn't play spin the bottle last night. It almost happened. The guy Bruce was on, right? This guy Bruce was on. He's like, "You guys want to see Josh and Doug do something?" And he stopped there. He didn't finish the sentence. And at that point, what do? Right? Like, do you want to see us do something? What do you want us to kiss? This is now getting weird, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he took his shirt off and put his glasses on, like Donald Wells, right? And he's this big hillbilly. Oh, hold on.
It's that time.
What's up, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Hey, Grandpa.
What are you doing?
You wash your hands?
I did wash my hands.
There you are.
You call your kids?
I have called my kids.
Grandpa called.
You did?
I did.
Oh, good. Can I call you tomorrow?
You can call me tomorrow.
Okay, Grandpa.
Okay, Grandpa. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you know what? People were like, we're not going to get to hear Grandpa tonight and this and that. Well, luck would have it. By the graces of God and the power of the internet, we got to bring Grandpa in front of you guys tonight as well. And I may even get to clip that part out and throw it up for people if you don't mind later.
Yeah, I was going to say, you ought to just take some clips out of all your shows, put them all
I'm
together.
talking about taking a clip out of your show.
Well, you can do that too. That's fine.
Yeah. I was going to do it anyway.
But I'm saying,
I was going to do it
earlier.
I was going to do it, Griff.
Yeah, I know you would.
I know.
I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, as far as all your skits and everything like that, just bring it down into one, like a big preview. That's all you shows.
You know what's weird? You know what's weird, Griff? I don't like to watch myself.
I don't either.
I don't.
It's why when you get somebody else.
I wonder why you guys even like me. To be honest, I'm like, I sometimes like my behavior is like, I'm just like, wow, this guy needs some help. Like literally, like maybe change up his meds a bit once in a while.
I did it one time. I was watching on my Roku, and I was going through stream. I was just trying to check it out, and all of a sudden I seen one of my videos pop up, and I was like, "What am I on my history?" Because that's the only way. Because Pam watching, and I said, well, "I'm gonna check it out." And man, I sat there and I was like, "What in the hell was I thinking? What was I doing?" But then I look at the comments. It was like, these people, they like what I was saying. I mean, it was weird.
They like you. They like you. I mean, they don't. Doesn't matter what you're saying, really.
I don't even like looking in the mirror sometimes. That's how bad it is.
You like that show Naked and Afraid, or do you do that in your bathroom?
No, I do not do that at all.
Yeah, it's
I do
Naked
that.
and
That's in the
Afraid.
bathroom.
So every time I get
Lights off.
undressed, I'm like, oh my gosh, is that really a? Jeez, I'm scared now.
What is that?
Is that a spider web? What the hell?
That
I
wasn't there
I
before.
have a spider web and an ingrown toenail. What the fuck happened?
I'm saying that's what she's talking about. I couldn't
Oh
find it.
God. Oh. There was something else that happened. Oh, did you hear about Tom Jones? Tom Jones passed away.
It's not unusual.
Shirley with Sparks family.
That was unreal. I thought he was a robot anyway. I thought he would just live forever. I mean, he's been in Vegas all his life. That's over close to you. Your neck of the woods.
Now he's in the big casino in the skies.
Big casino in the skies. Hell, all the big hitters are gone. Frank.
Wonder how much? Can I get a marker, God, for like 500 grand? Sure. I'm not paying it back. Am I going to hell? You know what I mean?
It would be
At what
awesome.
point?
Oh, it'd be great.
That
Hey,
is
Phil.
good. Did you work today, Griff?
Yes, I'll work today, and I had to work on my car this afternoon. The same freaking thing I fixed last week went out again. I don't know what's going on with it.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
There you go.
It's not unusual.
Well, what did Chris tell you about the case? About what did he think about them as
Which
far
one?
as about summer, about Don Wells and everything going on with Summer? What was he saying about her?
Same thing that we all think. That Don knows more than he's telling.
Well, did he tell you anything about the cases with Mary and
Yes,
Jenny?
he did actually. He said that charges are going to be going through the DA next week.
So their charges are going. That's good.
which should be like this week, actually.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure by next week, Don Wells may be in a jail cell, maybe. I mean, with all due hopes and respect.
Well, last night I kind of got ruined on that deal. That kind of ticked me off. I was watching. I ain't gonna mention no name, but I was watching one of somebody else, another creator, and it come across, and I didn't know. For me, now that I've rewinded and looked at it again, it looks like it's maybe one of her chats come across and said something about Don and Candace had been arrested last night. And but she kept
somebody came up with a fake award funny. Before I went live last night. Somebody was on and they had like 500 or 600 people, and they were saying that the reward fund was over 90 grand now for
over 90 grand. Yeah, they kept going up.
I was like, what? I got excited
get.
for a minute, like, because it's not unusual.
Well, I think Upchurch,
like Tom Jones said, and it's not unusual for that actually to happen, because for the Delphi daughters, overnight one night, the reward fund went up $100,000. One person donated $100,000, so it's possible. And so like that, they were bringing out. They said they had receipts, this and that. And
do you think Upchuck did it? The rumor is that Upchuck put it in.
It's up church.
Or
it's
Upchuck
not.
up
I
above.
heard it's not even real. Upchuck, where
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is.
Well,
But
that's a good.
I didn't even know who he was.
That's a good troll. Who's trolling now? Like, who has time to
Exactly.
do this shit? Like,
Exactly.
honestly, like, who has time?
They are
to-
dedicated, man. They are dedicated.
Dude, I guess it is a job to them. Like, they are professional trolls and assholes,
Oh, man.
completely.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of them out there that really love their job real well. But you got to have them good mods, though. You got to have them good mods to handle them. And they see them. They know exactly who they are. They come in with them different names. They know who they're playing with. Of course, if you got mods that's got their mods for different channels, they see it already. They've seen them before all night long. They all come in and playing around. The same people, the same bunch.
Well, you know what's sad is that getting to see the actual body cam footage that came out with Gabby Petito.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it, before they even came out with this. Like, the police and everybody failed.
Big time.
Gabby.
They were too nice.
And
that was
and
the
even-
nicest cops I ever seen in my life.
And I'm gonna be going live in a little bit after Josh is, a little bit. I'll go live for an hour and go over the, part one of it. But one of the cops had the audacity, and he's 39. I'm 40. I had my first kid at 24. He's 15 now.
Yep.
Okay. He's like, he's trying to say, like, I've got a daughter almost your age, and he's coaching her and talking to her, and he's, instead of her making a decision, he's like, well, I see this and I see that, and I see you love him, and I see you guys don't want to be away from each other. And then the discretion, yes, it's not like a ticket you're going to get for speeding. Your discretion was out the window there. Your dereliction of duty is what happened. What
Yeah, a
you
lot
did
of them
is-
do that though.
Well,
When a
now
case like that with a
if his
girl,
daughter
a
is
lot of
almost
them
her
do.
age, she's 22. His daughter could be 15 at the most, right? Unless he had her really early, maybe 16, 17. But guess what?
They could have saved her.
His daughter's
They were
still
right there.
alive. His
Yeah.
daughter's still alive. Gabby
By him
Petito
doing
isn't.
that, he failed her. He failed her, Gabby, by
They all
throwing his
failed.
daughter in
They
there.
all failed.
And that was bad, very
Oh,
bad.
yep.
The fact of the matter is, they got the call. The guy told them, and he said that there was something going on. They had him right there, but they just turned him loose and just let him go their separate ways.
With the
Put him in a
eyewitnesses
ring.
of
Put him in a
the
motel.
with the eyewitness accounts of him punching her.
Exactly.
What
And just-
pricks? Honestly,
I
those
I
cops,
never imagined.
those cops, just like George Floyd cops, should be charged.
Yep.
Or whoever made the final decision. If
There should be negligence.
If the captain didn't, because the captain was only told by this guy what he was being told over the radio, and the guy kind of sugarcoated, even knowing this is what the penal code says. It's kind of more so like this, little nicks and scratches, fingernails, nothing big, no bruising, no real punch mark. For him to
Yep.
even say that wasn't the start of it. The reason why they arrest one or the other is the same fucking very reason. Excuse my language. Same very reason that Gabby Petito's dead, because that happens when you don't arrest one and they don't get the help, the jail time, to see the judge to go and mandated anger management and this and that.
But it's the immunity. I can't remember the name, what the top of the immunity is called. The cops get. They need to get rid of it.
immunity. It's
Qualified immunity. It is completely disgusting. They're hiding
Qualified
behind the
immunity. Qualified immunity can be thrown out the window a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, with the review of this body cam, qualified immunity possibly could be dropped off.
Yeah.
That's
true. They can do just what they want to do and get away with it just by hiding.
Cops. There's bad cops get the good cops killed. Let's get it straight.
Oh, yeah.
There are good people, good cops. A lot of them have been run up on and shot in the back of the head and swatted that way. And it's bad cops get good cops killed. It's the reality of things. And there's bad apples everywhere, and there's a lot of bad apples that were never always bad apples.
That's right.
But they turn into bad apples. That's why we have to get the bad apples out. And
Big
that's
time.
why I used to do what I did for transparency and government accountability. That's why I did it, is to get the bad apples out, because I used to let them know bad cops get the good ones killed all the time. And I've witnessed the whole knee on the neck with cops. I've caught it on camera.
Well, there's so many cops out there that never even have to pull their gun. They go their whole career as a cop and never once had to pull their gun.
So much, exactly. But there's so much
Much less
non-lethal. There's so much non-lethal ways of handling things. It's just again like it's just more comfortable for me. Instead of handcuffing him, I'll just sit with my knee on his neck so he can't breathe until he just complies, or choke
Just
him
sit,
out. Whatever.
Just sit on him. It's like he's eating cake.
Like he's a
Just going
beanbag.
live.
Hey,
It's disgusting. Knowing you already got him, he's not going nowhere. He's handcuffed. He can't do nothing. If he does go anywhere, you're gonna catch him.
Right.
No, you want to do that right there.
Yeah, it's
And I got friends of mine that are cops, and that really it does affect it in a way, because you can't help but feel for the victim. But I mean, at the same time, you got to understand that there's a criminal act going on. That's fine, but you got to keep between the lines. You got to stay in.
what you did
get out
is
of your lane.
you put your hand on a Bible.
That's right.
You swore to uphold an oath,
That's right.
and you signed after you said
That's it.
amen.
You were not told to be a judge. You were supposed to hold a statue.
You can actually pull every plea. Any cop that used to screw with me, I used to pull their oaths. I used to go to the police stations and pull their oaths.
Yeah.
And when I went to court, I'd ask him what his oath was. Do you remember your oath?
Yeah.
And he'd say, well, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. And I say, it does. Let me read it to you. Then I'll show you your signature.
Yeah.
And this is where you went wrong. I beat 8 cases. I was arrested 6 times in 1 year, lost 3 cars, lost my place of living. For government accountability, I got gaslighted because I caught all this. And the best way to stop me from filming is take everything from me. But even though my brother was a cop for the same department, he was a sergeant for them. But I had to
Well, your
get
dad
through
was a
my
cop too, wasn't he? Your dad
yeah,
was a cop.
LA County sheriffs for 39 years, and then he was a Marine. He's got 3 Purple Hearts, Silver Star. He meets every president. He still flies out and does charity work for the Marines and military. It took me a long time to really understand my dad and my brother. Even I had to come through, get out of my own head and just realize that the blue line or their lives as cops are so different, you know. And again, their lives are on the line every night. Our live on YouTube, you know, yeah, maybe we get swatted by Benny Keys, but we're not going to get a bullet to the back of the head.
That's right.
So you know what I mean. Like we need to have some kind of. What I like to do is try to put the disconnect back between people and police. And
I wish if we had every sheriff, if we had every sheriff act like that one in Polk County. That Polk County sheriff, I like watching it when he gets on there and he gives you a story. He tells the story with the pictures and everything, what's going on in his county. And to me, he's very open. Sometimes he looks a little like he's getting a little movie stars, but look how
small counties.
Yeah, and a lot happens in that county.
Small departments, you know. Sometimes you got the person who grew up, went to school there, never left that town,
That's right.
and he's the sheriff. You know what I mean? Like these people are tight, and there's good people. Like you have a good department somewhere that has, majority probably all good cops because there's 8 or 9 of them or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Small departments.
Yeah, and he ain't afraid to put one of his on check too because he had a couple of them.
See, that's the thing. That was a question I'd always ask. Would you arrest one of your own? I used to ask that. And
he had
the
where they had embezzled money from a guy that they pulled over. They didn't turn the money in, and it could have been a simple mistake, but he didn't pull no punches. They got arrested. They had their time in court to figure it out. But these cops played. He said he had the money. I don't know. He had the money. Back and forth. There was 3 of them, and he brought it on there and had a video about where he put them in jail. I mean, that's a sheriff of that county. They just had to turn 3 of his men. He talks about how good they're trained, how well they're trained. And he's still able to admit that, hey, we made it. We got some felt their cracks.
Do you want to hear something? I watched this guy. His name is PP Mass, Predator Poacher, Massachusetts. And I only watch it because I like to watch, like the pedos get in trouble. But he actually caught the police chief trying to meet a 12-year-old boy on camera. The guy had to resign. Everything. It was all over the news. So there is bad apples that do bad things, but again, with talking about it, we flush these people out. Like Brian Laundrie, we're having to flush him out by continuing to put the press on. You know what I mean? And Dog over there flying banners and shit, scaring him. Is great. I think we're gonna catch him in the next 2 days at the most, 2 to 5 days. I would think. It's
amazing how. He said Ernest did say something the other night, and to be honest with you, it made sense, but I don't think he even realized it did, about how bounty hunters compared to law officers. Law officers got statutes they got to go by, as far as your warrants and everything like that. But when the bounty hunters, they don't have them set of rules. They can get in there. You owe a bounty hunter money, or if they got a money prize on you, they are a whole lot different. That's a different breed of person.
Well, a federal warrant, I believe, is a little bit different.
It is different, big time. I mean, compared to regular county warrants, but yeah. But they can still they got a little bit more of a leash, I guess you can say, on. They can go a little bit further.
It's so sad. It's so sad we even have to get to this point.
Exactly.
Like we shouldn't even have to be looking for this dumbass right now. His parents shouldn't be. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we see both of them in jail very shortly.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, and the attorney.
Mark my words, and the attorney.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
mark my words. You're gonna see. What they're going to do is they're going to flush him out by taking away anything that could be helping him.
Yep.
And anything they can charge them with, they're going to do, because anybody who could be aiding and abetting him any further will be taken out of the equation.
Attorney-client privilege thing has been taken way out of proportion for years. There's so much criminal activity when it comes to lawyers that they are able to get away with this, and that they push that envelope way too far. I mean, I believe there should be just like with preachers or priests that you talk to, there should be some kind of confidence there. I do understand that, but you got levels of that confidence. Whenever you got a man that you know good and well is guilty, you got to tell.
It's like a doctor. If someone comes in and like he has a bullet wound in him, he's got to call the cops.
Exactly.
If a girl comes in and says, "Listen, I was sexually assaulted," the
state district attorney has to be there
by law.
Yep.
But this is why they have attorneys. Because there wouldn't be money being made for our government and people to. It's like having a tire that doesn't ever deflate or ever wear down. There would not be a tire industry, and we could probably create that. I mean, we have the ability, we have the technology to do a lot of things. The military have tires like that. So,
withholding evidence. I mean, I understand you got to defend your client to the best of your ability in court. That's fine. But if there is actual evidence that needs to be pushed across, you need to. There's got to be a line where you're able to draw that without having to sit there and say that you're going to lose your
How
bar.
do you not turn in your bar card and when your
Exactly,
guy says,
yeah.
"Hey, listen, I killed my family, but please fight for me and try to get me off."
How can
I
you
would-
go home at night? I mean, to your own family.
It's like my balls dropping again in a lifetime.
Exactly.
Like, I would not know what to say. I would look like Cher.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, how could you even take and go to bed at night knowing that he killed his family and that little girl in the family, whatever, 5 years old, 6 year old, and his brother and sister.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna protect him because he's gonna pay me to do that.
I can understand. I can understand a neighbor looking out her window and seeing something and being scared for her life, not telling the police. I understand that part. They are simpleton just like all of us. They don't have no protection, but a lawyer's got protection. If you're going to try to push that envelope to, well, I was scared for my life, Your Honor, I didn't want him to do that to me. That's, there's a fine edge between that and being a private citizen. Private citizens, look, I'm not. They do their civic duty by telling them before they see, but sometimes they got to be fair. They're scared for what they find out. They don't.
Well, here's the deal: see something, say something should go for
Exactly.
everybody, not just
should.
people.
That's why it's
Should go for
anonymous.
The cops too.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
and that's what doesn't happen, right? See something, say something, doesn't always happen, and it's what's taught, right? It's taught by our police force, but they're not doing it, right? Or government officials, or however, it's not. It's like
They're
observe
good.
and report. If you're a security guard, you observe
it.
and report. You don't step out of your lane. Otherwise, there's lawsuits, this and that. You step off that private property and go into public, you might as well be naked because all that badge and all your equipment, your Batman belt don't mean shit if you're working that private area.
What makes me sick, though, is to have one stand in front of the press and say, the reason we can't find information on this case is because the public ain't helping us. They are scared to come talk to the cops. I can't stand that excuse because the bottom line is 90% of the cases nowadays, the cops don't do what they do back in the day. Back in the day, they investigated. They broke it. They stayed the boots on the ground. They was involved. They got in there and interrogated. Now they wait for somebody to snitch on them. They get somebody turned pushing a corner and they utilize them to just get the case pushed. Now it's their work.
Thank God for Chris McDonough, getting the interviews with H, Allie, Don, Candace. We wouldn't known any of that stuff.
Exactly.
Unless we would still be questioning our asses off. But, that's what
Real detective work.
the least we know that he got to turn all that stuff over and they have it. And thanks to him that they have that, so at least we know that they have stuff going on, and I know that he's in contact with different multiple task forces as well. And he's helping that way. So, any of the negative stuff anybody wants to say about him or, what's going on with this and that, it's all because they're not okay in their own bodies.
That's right. I know for personal, when I talked to the TBI, now there's been some things that I've turned in because when it come across me, I knew there was no way I was going to hold on to it. I couldn't do nothing on it without at least approaching it first and saying, look, do I need to turn this in? But then when you try to turn it in, 9% of the time, you don't get it. You get a voicemail that you're leaving this into. There's
got to be an email. There's got to be an email that you got to get a hold of the detective. I used to email the detective for Orner Orson West case, Detective Hernandez.
I don't even think we know who the detective is on the Summer Wells case. What the TBI officer's name is, except for the ones that do the spoke.
Then you send it to Ronnie Lawson and you CC the I don't know, the Attorney General, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where you get the voicemail at.
Maybe, I guess.
You get there.
The Attorney General.
Something, and believe it or not, I have had it where it said it was full. The mailbox was full. This is a hotline now.
That's why it's important. That's why it's important to have the dog hotline and all these other hotlines that are opening up, because these are leads and stuff that they would never get or get to.
Yeah. Well, what'd you think about John Walsh the other night? I'm gonna tell you I want to hear your opinion.
I said before that went out there, I hope it doesn't happen like Orrin and Orson West case on Inside Edition, and it's exactly the same damn thing. Not well done. It wasn't even she wasn't even the focus. She should have been the headline, the focus. John could have put a better story together for his production.
I kept asking, is he going to be in Tennessee? Where's he going to be at? Is he going to be based in Florida because of the Bryan case? But whenever it all come down because of Gabby's case, but I had a feeling it was going to be something he was going to just spit off in there. And what was bad about it was the preview of the show was longer than what he spent time with discussing. All it was about the red truck, and when the day she come up missing, that was it. Basically the meat of it, meat and potatoes of it. You had more of a take on the preview that went on. I think it was actually longer.
we got people who are boots in the ground out in Hawkins County,
Mhm.
but they're home doing live streams. Nobody's searching. I haven't seen. They're so
That's it.
close to be on the ground. If I was out there, I'd be spending my days droning and my nights walking. You know what I mean?
You can't go up and knock on their door and tell them you're in your yard checking stuff.
You don't have to go in their yard. Summer is not in the yard. Summer is
She's not nowhere around there.
3 to 30 miles away from that place.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
Oh my God, there was so many times that they slipped.
And
through
I
the net
and,
if it
and to be
wasn't
honest
that.
with you, I don't think she's in full. How do I put this?
Well, it's been over 100 days. That's
Yeah, but I don't want to be insensitive. How do I put that? I don't think she's in one piece. If that makes sense.
I don't know how anybody could do that. If you could, I mean, if that was the case, it'd have to be somebody that was not a family member to do something. I don't know. It just to me, that was. If that's that would just eat. I couldn't. I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to think that. You can't help put your heart in these cases. I know you got to be logical.
Yeah.
You got to be think. But when it's been over 100 days, I look at
Well, the
logic factor.
confidence in Dawn about
Yeah.
her not being found
He is so adamant.
that's a telltale sign. You know, ever since she was taken, I know she was taken. It's
Look, I
and
can't help but
and you knew where she is now, and you knew where she was taken to, Dawn. Think about it. Like
I
you
can't
knew she
go,
was- if you
I
knew
can't
she
go away
was
from
taken-
my theory.
if you knew that she was taken, then you knew she was being taken.
He knew who took her. He knew what was going on. That's why he went to the shed instead of going to the house. That right there was the biggest clue that he gave when he said right there. He went right by the house.
Chris and I even talked about that. We even
That
talked
there
a
was
little
some
bit.
reason he went down either for the money drop off, and that's what really puts you back to the fact: what was he doing with her before all this happened? Was it a misstep? Was it he was expecting the money or her to be
No.
dropped off there? One or the other. Because the kids weren't allowed. The boys weren't allowed to go to that damn shed. That's what
I
got
just-
me. Because Candace
really-
said that.
I really want to just punch Dawn in the face really hard.
I don't think it would matter. He's emotional.
It would
He
help.
talks
It
a
would
lot of
help.
emotion,
No,
but
it
they
would
don't
help.
emotion.
It would help. It may help me feel a hell of a lot
Oh, yeah.
better.
Just like it's a
because,
punch bag,
for-
though, man.
I mean,
just
I'd like to punch a plead right out of his mouth. Like I want him to plead. At least he hasn't still not pled for his daughter.
I do not see any emotion. The emotion that comes out of his mouth is not connected to him. There's nothing. When he talks about God, he talks about he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about.
He's got drug emotion. He doesn't.
Big time. That's all
he
it is.
doesn't have. He doesn't
There's no
have. He
facial.
doesn't know how to be pure and really. I mean, we could tell with the prank call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's drug behavior, drug emotion. Same with
You know, he
Candace.
gets his emotion when his emotions come out whenever he's defending himself against what he done to his stepsister.
Oh no! When he's
That's when
when he's caught up, he gets angry.
Yeah,
he,
big time.
He shuts
When
off
he's back to
the
the
he
point.
shuts off the Bible and turns on the asshole.
And all of a sudden, he can go from straight Bible to F this and screw that right in the same sentence.
Oh,
Depends
yeah.
on which direction he's going. It's
He
pathetic.
probably uses the Bible to do lines off it. That's just.
Yeah, that or roll up roll up damn joint.
Okay, you do the paragraph. I'll do the first line. Okay. What are you in First Corinthians? I'm on my first line over here.
I mean, he's just, oh God. You know, it's just amazing with everything that you can hear the storyline from his sisters. You hear it from even from everybody of what he went through, everything he pulled. You know, there was a neighbor somewhere. You know, his father was involved. You know, his father was there. His father allowed it. His father threatened a divorce on his stepmother if she would have went to the law. I mean, you hear all these eyewitness testimonies, but then to hear him say, they've all been after me the entire time. All my whole life has been involved with them trying to attack me and defame me. My whole life, my family. You know, I told him he could have it all.
You do a pretty good Don Wells.
He is sick, man.
You actually do a pretty good Don Wells. You don't even have an accent. I actually understand your Don Wells.
It's slower. Very
I can.
slow.
I understand your. I understand your laugh because it has no accent, and also, also the Don Wells.
You just got to listen. I've listened to so many times, and I have to sit there and make myself listen to them sometimes. But I have. There's things that you can catch. Yeah, and I still, I don't know if you ever seen that, but whenever Cher and Chasing Truth, I think it was, they done a live with him, and he was asking, he was answering questions, and he brought up that somebody brought up about the red truck, and then he went to babbling off about that, and he spit off that first line when he's saying, "Yeah, that was that morning. The morning, yeah, I got up that morning early, and I got there and I seen the cop out there, and they had the four-wheeler stuck up there on the hill, and they asked if they need some help, and I asked the cop if I could take pictures. And he said, "Yeah, sure, Mr. Wells, you can take pictures." And there was a girl in the front seat. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, and I seen the girl in the front. There was a girl in the front seat of the truck. He just kept throwing it off her. And then Chasing Truth said, Did you what? When was this? When was this about the red truck? Because this is after he done said that. Oh, it must have been a tip on a hotline. I don't know where the red truck come from. He says that was the morning. Was you saying the morning of the abduction? He said, yeah, her eyes got big as grapefruit.
What
And
about
she heard?
when he was driving and he was driving down the backside of the property? I even have a video when he says we,
Yeah,
and then he
we.
changes it to I.
Yep.
You know, I went down this way, and
And I drove the red car. I drove the red Subaru down there because it would be easier to see.
Don's just too stupid. Like he's just gonna.
Yeah,
That's why you haven't seen him on social media lately, because he already wrapped him up himself into a big ass hole. And
for her to sit there and say that she
I wouldn't
knows
be
what
surprised
happened.
if Don goes into hiding.
I'm
You know,
surprised
hiding from
Candace ain't come out.
Charges.
Candace ain't come out against him.
She
They
has
know
come
good
out.
and well they're waiting.
Candace has come out. She talked about chicks with dicks.
Oh, I know that. I'm talking about seriously just saying, look, I ain't going down for you. They are right now on a one-way path. Both of them going
Candace
straight
may
down.
not even still know. Candace
She probably
may not be
don't.
aware. Have you seen
She
how
might not be
looks?
sober yet.
You don't even know if she's awake yet.
Exactly.
She's still in the same spot on that couch. Oh, I got to
Oh,
move
isn't it?
Candace. Got to get my work shirt. Oh, that one's got spackle on it. That's okay.
She went down to the basement. I said, okay. So I went down there and I called her. And she didn't answer me. And I was not like her to answer me. She always answered me. But
You
she
ever
was
seen-
gone. She was
It's so
gone.
sad, but have you ever seen Sloth from like Goonies? Hey, you guys.
Rocky Road. Rocky
Baby,
Road.
That's
Him and Chunk. Him and Chunk.
right, chunk. That's
What got
gone.
me though is when they put his hand in the blender and he
I'm
wanted to
taking
tell
a
the
dump.
truth. And he went to tell him about everything he'd done. He said, I gave the fed the cat to the dog and dog grabbed it. That's everything else he'd done, but he wouldn't never tell him. That's what I think they do with that. That's that truth.
Where did all the dogs go? Did they adopt out all the dogs? Did they had all 18 of them?
I think they rented them out that day too.
You know, honestly,
that.
well, where are they now? Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even know how Don.
Well,
and
where is
Candace
her
are-
puppy? Where is Summer's puppy at? I've been asked that question several times. I didn't see it pop up on comments.
Probably
That-
in the
That Allison, I think it was Allison, them gave her a puppy,
Thought somebody come
and then they
back.
come and got
Third
gave it back
story,
to her.
yeah.
Something.
third story add-on Don built.
I don't have a clue. I don't know. It's,
I don't know where their brains are even. I don't even know how they.
Take care of it.
I don't even know how they honestly have any kind of mental capacity. You can't. They're not never sober. Like they're never in their right mind. I mean, you can tell. I mean, why would Don be wearing glasses otherwise to cover his eyes? You know, his pupils and everything. You know what I mean?
well, do you ever think of it being like a? Could you imagine a director sitting in a room creating this whole storyline for this damn case? It almost sometimes it makes you feel like, are we watching a movie? Is this really what? Is this plot? Is it? Are we waiting for the damn headline?
It's a short. It's going to be a short story, I think, from here on out. It's not a
It was
movie
short when
anymore.
it began.
He's
It's been
done.
drawn
Like,
out.
I
can't
just
believe
I
it's
just
still
want
going
I just want I want Summer to rest in
There's the
peace,
part.
and I want to rest her,
Great, and
her body in
rugby
peace.
cut.
You know what I mean? And chances of finding her alive are
There's going to be a whole lot of people go down if that's the case, if she is found alive, because there was so many there's so many moving parts. This would be a
at what
whole
point
lot.
at what point she's
Yeah,
not going to be
therapist
so
have.
she's going to need so much therapy if she's found.
Big
She's gonna
time. Jesus. That's what I say about the pill. This is a pill that's going to be bitter all the way down. There's never going to be a sweet spot in this pill. It's going to get more
Right.
bitter.
There never has been a sweet spot.
No.
I mean,
Never.
The
all
family's
the
screwed.
hey, listen. You think yeah, you know, I may make a few dollars here and there on super chats and this
Yeah.
and that, but you think I really like talking about this little girl
all
all the time missing? It breaks my heart. I'd
What
rather
about bringing
be-
her home? That's another thing it eats me. That's part of that pill. To get her home, look at what you have to deal with then. Are they going to turn her back loose to them? That's an option that's still there. We don't know
they're
that
not
yet.
going to get they're not going to get their boys back either. You know,
I
because
hope
they're
not.
not
I would
they're not
hope
doing
not.
they're not doing anything that they should to get them back. They're not doing any of their
depending on the
regulated stuff.
situation.
They don't. They usually give you what it is with CPS. Their rules are not to keep the kids away from the parents. They're to train the parents to be real good parents
And
again.
your house wasn't
To
no
put them through the right
different than
counseling,
Kelly's.
make them do their. They got rules and everything. That's what they're basically based for. They're not supposed to. They're not there to just take kids away from bad parents. They're there to take the kids away long enough to train these parents to be good parents and give them an opportunity to get them back. And that's how they're based. Because I've had to deal with it too in my past with my ex when we about our kids. That's what they're told. But they give you a regimen. They make you go to this. You get
Right.
your house in order,
Right.
get everything in
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow the rules, then that's part of why you ain't getting your kids back. It's not the fact that somebody was against you and you took kids away from
Yeah,
you
they
because
want
you
the
just,
kids.
you know, they were just mad at you. Somebody, one of your friends called them because no, your friends called them for a reason. Something happened. You called to get kids taken away from them.
No,
Yeah, that's
those kids were placed into different homes. They're not even together.
Yeah, that's
You know
bad
that.
too.
You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
That also means what? That means they've also may have said something to TBI or whoever else, and that's maybe.
Well, I
the
figured
reason
that
why-
right off the bat.
That's why we haven't seen the searching. If you think about it, they're gathering all the circumstantial evidence they can to make an arrest. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
When
that
you
we have to
take kids
that
out of a
measure.
home and you separate them, you're putting them through trauma right there. Those kids have been with each other all their lives.
But
You take
maybe
them away from
maybe they have a
That's
chance
why
now.
they didn't separate you
They
guys.
do. I think they do, but it can be an iffy street. It depends on how the foster care is in Tennessee. The CPS is already catching hell.
At
I mean,
some
they're-
point-
they're
at
under
some-
budget. There's
They
no
may
money
be
for
they
it.
may be rehabilitating them to put them back together to each other. You know, with each other, is a
would be
possibility
great.
too. We don't know. You know, we really
Yeah.
don't know. But all we can do is hope for the best and expect the worst. You know,
That's it.
to be
That
to
is
be
true.
true on that. You know,
Quick, Max.
When you supposed to be going on? When you
I don't know
going
if I'm
on?
gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna finish up with you. I'm gonna eat some dinner. Probably just lay with Winston and go to bed early. I haven't been sleeping well lately and been up early, so I probably won't go on tonight. Just go support Josh over at the lab after you're done here, and then
Who's he
Oh,
got going
yeah.
on tonight?
douchebag Benny Keys is on with Ernie the Shell. Once a shell, he says, once a shell hunter, always a shell hunter, featuring Ernie Shell.
Jesus have mercy.
They're fighting again. They broke up too.
Uh-uh.
Cars matching up, a lot of things, you know, it's in play. But I will tell you this, I'm telling you, man,
I can't stand his voice. God,
Let's hear what he says.
Training is physically draining, and you never know what's going to hit next. I'm telling you.
that's right.
We finally did get nervous to even see this about the news that just let out, and you know.
Let's confirm he is doing gay for pay. You were right,
Yeah, I
Griff.
think so. Told you.
With Benny.
His
Benny
own
looks
website.
doesn't that look like just a
Hey,
really,
quit, Max.
really just he looks like on this. You ever see that movie on the streets of Philadelphia? You know, where like he's dying of AIDS.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like. No offense to I'm not trying to be funny like that, but he looks sick. He looks
It reminds
sick.
me of Jim Baker, man. Jim Baker and what's the name of his wife? Makeup.
He must have the
Tammy
Rona.
Faye. Tammy Faye and Jim Baker. Howard.
They're right,
Yeah.
Tammy Faye and Jim Baker, right? Just keep the donations coming in.
That's exactly what he reminds me of when he does it. I mean, every day is something else. He keeps browbeating his poor people. You think that people over there would get to realize, hey, look, man, this is getting retarded over here now.
This
We
is
got
gonna
to
be-
do something.
This is going to be comedy gold to do under fair use tomorrow. Maybe I'll just break
I've
this
got a feeling
video
when it
down.
breaks down,
There you go.
some of them people be wanting the damn.
I try to stay off of that. I give my opinions on it. I don't like looking at the videos.
you
To
know?
me, that
I don't
if it
watch
did-
them. I don't watch
it
them
gives
until I
them
give a
more views.
reaction. I
Yeah,
really
I'll
don't
give 'em a
watch it until
reaction.
I give a reaction because I want my reaction to be pure for you guys.
There you go.
Because I want the same feeling as you guys get when I say it. You know what I mean?
About a damn tree.
Well, I try to go into each one of them with an open mind when I watch them. But at the same time, you already get an idea what you're going to get. You know what's coming. It's going to be something. He's going to talk about how unity needs to be part of it, and all of a sudden he's going to bash the hell out of somebody right off the bat. And most time when he talks to this guy, like Ernie, when he first done it the first time, he was all up his butt. Next day, it was like, bam. They just
Oh, no,
went all
he threw him
against
he threw him under the table. He's thrown him under
Yeah.
the bus 3 times now. This is the
Exactly.
third time. Not the first, not the second. Shame on you, the third, right?
That's
Shame
it.
on me. Like fuck. Ernie must just come back for like the pain. He likes it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes
He
it's
don't
good to
know
get-
no better. He don't even think. It's
whether it's
publicity.
negative
Bad
or
publicity, good
positive.
publicity.
You know, whether it's negative
Yeah.
or positive, he's like they're still talking about me. But
I
this
still
is
made it
bad.
on TV.
When we're talking about
Look at
you and
myself.
you and your charges and what you've done in your past, you pervert, like that's bad.
Yeah. When you're a security guard at a damn rehabilitation center and you're molesting people that are there for
Another
drug addiction.
man.
Another man, yeah. You're treating that man like you're a dog, and if you walk into his yard, you're going to male dominance. Come
Well,
on, man,
in
you're sick.
that one guy's fairness, he said he did have Ernie and he had Shelby before Ernie, and Ernie's got a little pecker and can't come.
He
So
said, yeah. He said he never. It takes forever to come.
he needs to watch Pornio a little more.
Well, I found out that guy lives in New York. By the way, that's why one of the reasons why he's probably up there when he went to see that Niagara Falls. He went up there because he got married. He just got married to a lovely man. A
Really?
man they've known all his life. Yeah, they both know Ernie real well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy we were talking about, right? Then for my video.
Yes. Gay for pay is a hell of a thing, man.
Hey,
You always gotta have something to fall back on.
I heard it pays more. You know, whatever, Don. Skis.
Yeah.
You could tell. Like, could you imagine? Even like, you got Prairie Boy and 77 and Benny. You know, doing gay for pay
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Like, could you imagine that?
You imagine being his girlfriend that walks in the house and seeing Benny on the couch. I mean, just to see that. I mean, God.
Yeah,
Not only just any guy.
that's when you
Her
practice-
brother's
that's-
boyfriend.
That's when you
Her
practice your
brother's
second.
boyfriend.
That's when you practice your Second Amendment.
Damn right.
Wonderful.
Go grab a gun. Get it over with. Wonder what music was playing.
Wait a
when they were
minute,
doing
let me get in front of the camera.
Benny was
Wait
getting
a minute,
Benny was getting fellatio from another man when his ex-wife
it. There
walked
he was.
in, and that's how they broke
Yeah.
up. That's why they broke up.
Yep. Her name was Lena. Leana. Look her up. There's a guy that done a real good
You know,
talk show. He actually talked to her. She come up here yet.
yeah, I actually donated to
Need a
him
boy.
3
Yeah.
different times during his live stream.
And that was not even on. He did not know it was coming when it come out. When it come out on that show, it
Oh
blew
no,
me
you
forward.
know, her name's
Yeah,
Lene,
no
by
idea.
the way. Her name's Lene,
Yeah,
by the
Lene,
way.
yeah. Right.
So I actually donated to Benny Keys' daughter, 3 different times, and to his ex-wife. And it was, it's,
I couldn't have it.
now I told Benny, I helped put your daughter, through school, just like the rest of us. You didn't do anything. Like, there was a bunch of us that donated. She got
And I'll tell you right now,
a couple $1,000.
y'all can say what you want to, but there's facts behind everything I'm telling you. You can go on his wife's face, or you can go on his Facebook page. You can find Chaslin. Find Chaslin. Just look up the name. You will find that he's got a friend of his that you swear up and down as a girl, but it's not. That's another one, and both of them are hooked up.
Well, we know we're all into chicks with decks. You know what I mean? The whole crew is.
It ain't bashing nobody. It's just stating a fact. I mean, you sit there and you want to throw somebody else under the bus. Hey, clean up your own backyard. That's where it is. There's no lie.
I don't even
I
know
mean,
what his address is. I got his address today.
You just a mean woman. You know that. You gotta watch it.
And got his car tags.
You quit.
You better watch it, 00 agent.
I'm telling you, she should be
My
careful.
homework today.
She's like in a Scooby-Doo mystery. She like pulls the mask off. She should catch Benny.
Talk about me.
Oh, she come in the other day and said, "Here's his mama's phone number. Here's his phone number." I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? What am I gonna do? Ask him to Merry Christmas? Send him a Christmas card?"
I'd rather be on your shit side than her shit side.
Exactly. Yeah, I gotta leave.
And
Right
I
now.
haven't even seen the woman
Got
yet.
black
I
car
just like
haven't
the
even
hell
seen
out of her.
I have not sicked her on nobody yet. Thank God.
I'm starting to think that that's
Come on here and eat
reason-
this. Now I think we put
That's
it
your
out.
go-to. That was your go-to next.
There you
after- yeah.
That's it. If all else fails, I'm gonna pull her out. It's my that lucky
Next
penny.
time, though, next time you do Bob Ross, we want the afro in your chest showing.
I'm gonna make sure it's running, and I'm gonna do it at the tail end of the show.
And I want to see clouds and trees like Bob
I'm
Ross.
gonna give me a wig. I'm gonna get a wig. I think I need a wig to do paint.
I'll buy you an afro wig. I think it would be great. Bob Ross is a great costume.
I like when he does it. Let's put a tree
loses a-
here. The tree lives right here.
He would lose a button every kind of segment. You know what I mean? Going down, and then his son came
Hey,
on
you
too
wanna
and
do-
started helping
Yeah.
out. Have you seen his son? His son
Yeah, I've
was
seen
just
his.
like it. With no afro.
Yep. The
His son
same
has
voice,
straight
same
hair,
like
straight hair, everything. Yeah.
he'd take that old brush, he'd beat it on the side of them easel, beat it on, bring it on. He goes, "Hey, let's put a little tree here. Can I have a little tree? Can I have another tree?
Right.
It can be by itself.
Throwing a bird, tree.
The clouds are lovely. Clouds got
There's a man. Here's a man walking a dog with a shadow.
That is a man that didn't make no money off that for years. He sold his paintings or donated his paintings too, but for PBS. He never went nowhere else but PBS. And this man, his whole
It's for
career,
public service. That's
Okay.
right.
public service, that's right. And everybody knows him and became famous. He's off of just doing what he was best, not just painting. People think he was kind of weird. I thought he was high.
Kathy's gonna buy me boxers.
All right.
Thank you, Kathy.
What kind of boxers you gonna buy?
Definitely not the ones like Statue of David, please.
I cannot wear I like boxer briefs. I can do those.
Okay,
all over the place.
these are a pair of boxers. Okay, they turned into a G-string when I sat down. That's how old they are. Before I got married, okay, I've been divorced 10 years.
Hey,
Okay, before I got married, back in 2006.
What did Filter the Smoker say about pet squirrels? Don't forget your pet squirrel.
You know what's green and eats nuts? And don't say a sick squirrel. Gonorrhea.
Gotta read these nuts.
Yeah, not a sick squirrel.
Oh man.
Well, thanks for waiting for me. Get up my stairs. I heard your asshole remarks
tried.
about me. And how long was I running up the stairs? Like shit. I have a staircase. There's more than 2 stairs. And I had a dog
like
and my torta.
It's like Pam. Pam will
The
tell
last
me,
thing
where
you
you
want to
at?
do is, yeah, I was carrying a torta under my arm. I just had made. I had Winston. I had my wallet and I was holding my phone. I had my earphones in and I'm hearing you talk shit. And I almost tried to make a comment and respond, but I almost dropped everything.
That's it. And I've had Pam sit there and say she's gonna pick me up at work. I said, where you at? Don't pick you up at lunch. We're gonna eat lunch. And I get off. Ain't got an hour lunch. And you sit there waiting. And it's 1:15. She ain't there. Where you at? I'm 5 minutes away. Her 5 minutes is a long time.
It's a drug dealer's 5 minutes away.
It's like
2:30 in the morning and you're on a street corner waiting for your dope.
I
Yeah.
ain't no Speedy Gonzalez.
5 more minutes,
Very
no problem.
careful driver.
Man,
Okay,
I stayed
Benny,
much longer.
Benny, how much longer? Don't do it all before you get here, Benny. Right?
I don't do road rage.
Could you
He's
imagine
never there.
Benny being a drug dealer? If you're on drugs, you know your sack is always
Oh
short.
God, yeah, it's always
If
short.
you get it, if he doesn't try to give you his own sack
And you don't want to leave because you're scared. Just as soon as I leave, he's gonna show up.
or pull his penis out, you never know. I mean, you never know. One of the two. My go-to is my butthole. His is probably I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, I'm gonna get off. I got
Yeah.
to go. I got to
You
get.
know,
I got to play with the dog a little bit.
I was just gonna tell you I had to get off.
And
too,
Winston
so
needs to be loved too.
That means we got to get off together, Griff.
That's it all the time. We got to get off together.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's separate.
Teamwork,
He's got
teamwork makes the dream work.
People, I appreciate y'all tonight. I really do, and I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Griff.
I appreciate you coming over.
Anytime.
Y'all go check him out, man. If y'all don't, I know you already know who he is. Just check him out. I'm no thanks. Investigates, but
Thank you, my friend.
man, he's got some great shows, man. Real good shows.
Y'all leave
Y'all
video
keep
alone,
up with
he's
him.
mine.
And Doug, I know you just took off, but just keep up with you. Like I said, he's making a good show. Whenever it comes in, he can bring Chris McDonough on there without even asking. Just bring him show. He really touches a good base. You know, it's not all about the glamour and glitz. It's all about trying to get the point across. And in my point, it's just me, and I'm glad that I'm able to. That some of y'all agree. At the same time, there's gonna be some that don't agree, and I respect your view. I don't know. It just seems like sometimes y'all are loyal. Y'all are real loyal. But at the same time, I know y'all can still give me a ration of shit if you want to. But there's some out there. I call myself. I go investigate when I look at that show. You know, like especially Benny. He's got some monsters over here. They're your cutthroat monsters.
Ain't nothing but thugs.
They make comments in that little show, which is, I don't care what they do to me. They can bash me all they want. But it was that little joke that Ernie pulled out about me and Doug about the with that music, Marvin Gaye music background. I know y'all don't see it. I won't tell you, they some hateful women on that thing. Comments they made about my wife. I mean, it's just sick, disgusting, perverted crap that comes out.
Now you know why I got his address, his phone number, his tag number.
Just to butt up to that man that shows his wife no respect, shows his mother no respect, shows his child no respect. But somehow, within all that lack of respect, they can sit there and still back his plate and say, man, you're doing a great show. It's the best show I've ever seen. Or, so about Miss Griff. And just don't even know nobody. Don't even know nothing about me. Don't even know I've been married 18 years. The same woman. Never once I looked at another one. None of that stuff. That has got to be brought into something that had nothing to do with that. Because Benny Keys wanted some attention. Just like he wants attention when he talks about unity. It's like he talks about them darn well. There's some out there that still agree that the criminal, that the suspects, just because the parents suspect does not mean that they are the criminal. The jury's out on that. We can deliberate all we want to. We're not judge, jury, and advocate. All we are is just telling our side of the view. We can judge it by what we see. Now, everybody can see there's different points of view on all kinds of things. We can see different ways. But logic, it defies me. It really defies me how we live in a society nowadays to where the truth is not important anymore. It's the glamour and the glitz and how we can jazz up. Even if it's a true statement, somehow the media or anybody loves to put an ad lib to it. The ad libbing is big. They used to be back in the day when I was in school. They had this. You could get these little books, and it was you filled in the noun, the verb, and then or you ask when you say two people, you got the book in your hand. All right, give me a noun. They give you a noun, or give me a person's name, or give me a verb, adjective, and you just keep on going down the line. Well, they didn't know that you turn around, you read sentence back to them, and that sentence would have all these different things in there, and it was just it's ad lib. That's what it's called, ad lib. But that's what you've done. It's the same thing with that. You took actual truths, like people's names, or so and such, and you add them to to your own little story. And it's just like I said before about if you get people in a circle, you start a rumor. By the time it's all around change. I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen on jobs with grown folks. A man comes to work that morning to stir up an argument. Stir up a rumor, says that a job down the road is hiring for more money, more pay. That afternoon, I seen that same man with his game box going out the gate because he had got a phone number given to him and didn't realize it was the rumor he had started that morning. And it got gradually better as it went through. And when it come back around him, he didn't realize it was his own rumor. They changed that much, but it was still that way. And it's the way it goes. It happens. People are so naive to their own ignorant shit that they don't even pay attention to it. It comes back and bites you in the ass. It's like karma. Karma happens. Yeah, it's hard for me to see somebody sit there and judge somebody else being a parent. But it's also a lot easier for me to see somebody that shows me how bad of a parent they are, how disrespectful they are to their own parents, and can back a parent that is on paper and obviously got problems with their own kids that they cannot take care of because that's why they got to take away from them. You put yourself in that situation. You're showing your colors and your cards. There's no bluffing right there. You're showing who you are. That's it. There's no other sense of going any further. You can come at me, bash me all you want, but I'm not the one to put my cards on the table. I'm not the one showing that. I'm not the one that's flocking with them feathers. You are. If you had a little bit more control of your discipline, a bit more respect, then maybe you can see the logic. Maybe that's what blinds people. Maybe that's what draws them to where they believe that irregulars and the whole world's against them. Because they're blinded by their own missteps. They don't think they're wrong. They're okay. Or maybe it's because their mom has never really got on his ass. Maybe he's the only child. I don't know. There's all kind of, I've got issues with all that kind of stuff. I mean, for a mother to keep him around, maybe she's a mother hen, like he's doing what I want him to do. I've got kin folks like that, that their kid can do no wrong, that 30-something years old still living in the house. That's just the way it is. Now, he might have got out and got kicked out of the house. Might have been married and come back home. Either way, that mother might have been a part of his life all the way through. Might have been nitpicking the whole time. That might be part of the reason why him and his old lady didn't work out. I don't know. There's all kind of issues, but the fact of the matter is, it is what it is when I see it and when you show it. It's A, a garage, B, a car, C, you ain't working, D, your mom and your wife is. And you're taking care of the kid? I don't think so. You're just there. You put it on tape. Without saying a word, you have showed me what your opinion of yourself is. Now, all I'm doing is agreeing with you. What can I do about that? I'm not, I can't be blamed for my opinion if it's agreeing with him because he's showing it in a critical way, mind you. But I digress. You've got your ways of doing things and ways of not doing things. And when you're searching for logic, there's none. I guess so. But, don't attack my wife. Don't let your little bloodhound do it. Or your hellhound, we would call it. And I don't have a problem with coming on there and telling them about my ass.
I don't have a problem with Texas either.
They want to come see the truth. They want to come over here and talk. And actually talk about common sense, logic. You ain't got to have a third grade education to have a little bit of common sense. I mean, I'm not asking them to raise the bar. I'm not doing that to them. I mean,
we had to lower standards.
I can lower my standards. I have a problem with that. Yeah, I'm a man. I'm a regular man. I can deal with anybody. It don't matter how lame as they are and how smart they are. I can carry on a conversation. I don't I have to go grab the Webster Dictionary in 5 seconds and learn a new word. Just try to throw it in a sentence that don't make sense. I don't do that. I don't expect nobody else to do it. I can't stand that. Don't try to act smarter than what you are. Just show me that you got a little bit of intelligence. Show me what you got. There's something to work with. There's promise. There's expectation. That's fine. But don't overdream, man. Don't throw yourself out there and make it better than what you really are. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, whenever you do decide to go to sleep, you are you. No matter what I say, it's all you. You can get up next morning drinking your coffee at your wifey cup and be so pissed off at the world for what you seen when you got up. But remember this, ain't none of it been lies. Ain't none of it been made up. It ain't been fabricated. It's just been pontificated to us. We see it. We are judging you on what you're presenting us. Period. Just like Don Wells and Ken. You get on a local TV station, food borrowed out your mind, and you can't even hold your damn mouth straight, much less your eyes, talking about your missing 5-year-old kid. We are showing you what we are seeing through our eyes, what you are presenting to us. Now, mind you, you might not think that's what it is. Like I said, I've been to several karaoke bars, and I've heard some drunks get up there, and somehow they think they sound good. But what we see ain't what they think, ain't what they hear. That's the way it is. And common sense is going, I don't give a damn if you're Corky from Wonder Years, or if the reality is you don't have one. When you see something that don't look right, you're going to do a double take. I mean, you can't tell me it's shit and tell me it's ice cream, and I'm just going to take your word for it. You know, it ain't going to work that way. What's fact is facts, but your truth is your own story. That's it. The truth is what you want to make of the facts. The facts will never change. The truth will. It all depends on who said it. But anyway, again, I screwed up over an hour. Again, y'all, I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all there. And trust me, I tried my best to stay on top of the comments, and I love all your comments. Please keep it. I will watch this later just to read the comments. I try not to listen to myself. I want to do what y'all got to say. And y'all know my email address. I'll put it on there again. If you got anything you want to say, if you want to talk about anything, hey, I'm open. Don't think you're bothering me by sending me an email. I don't have a problem with that. I want y'all to know that I want to know. I don't want you having to tell me what y'all do in your life, personal life. At the same time, if you feel like you have to, you can trust me with it. I'm not going anywhere with it. That's me. I don't. It's amazing. So, stories that y'all tell it makes me feel humble. You know that you got that much confidence in what you guys do. And I mean, I'm trying to show you my card. You know, we all have our own lives. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're going home to our own family. Tonight, we'll go down our own life. Or not. We all have made our own beds. And we allow it. And that's called being an adult. Being able to handle it. No matter what you do during the day. No matter how upset you get at somebody during the day, it's just you. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. And as long as you feel confident, feel good enough that you got to do all you can do today to have a good day, that's all that matters. Wake up tomorrow and try it again. But I will not start my day on somebody else's dime. I will not let somebody else get me upset start my day. I'm not going to.
And on that day,
I don't believe in bullies. I believe bullies need to be put where they're supposed to be. I'll tag a bully in a heartbeat. I'll show him what he's missing. I'll show him what it feels like. But at the same time, don't put yourself out there like you're somebody you ain't. We're all in this thing. We're all the same at the end of the day. So I'm out there what y'all do. This channel is not making any better than none of y'all. I want y'all to know that. I'm thankful for y'all because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now for y'all. I would probably still be doing my crazy videos. I wouldn't care. But I look back on them now and I see where they gradually went up. And thanks to Doug, helped me out a lot. He really did. It's astonishing that people I've met, and I really do appreciate every one of y'all. And I know this group does too, and so does Max and everything. But all you, this dog is going. He's on the bed now. He's playing with mommy. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all, all the mods, everything. all of you guys, you news drive. If I haven't got to see you, just let me know when you come in. I know you news drive. I'll drop it. I did go monetize. I told you I'm not doing that for summer, but I have done that. But they got some kind of. I went through it. I haven't got something solidified yet. It's the lowest that I can find. About it. I'm still kind of iffy on that.
What
Spirits
happens
will try
with
to show me what you can do. It's nothing.
or all of them?
You know how these things are, man. It's emojis and stuff like that. But if it's something y'all want to do, y'all think we should go to donations and everything, that'd be great. I would like to be able to branch out. I'd like to be able to go, do some, some lives somewhere else. Maybe in some cases that come up. Maybe like when I do get a vacation. Maybe I'm not saying I'm hoping that something happened during that time, but us to be able to go out, do something like that. But no, I'm not going to hit y'all up for no camera. No, that kind of crap. I'm not going to. I said that. I'm not going to put it about saying.
We've got enough gadgets.
I won't do that. I might get some T-shirts made up or something like that, but I'm not in it. I mean, yeah. I got plenty of gas this week. I don't need no gas. But no, I never think that. There's reasons to what we're doing. I appreciate y'all out there. Hey, I wouldn't have information for some of y'all. Y'all know y'all. I try to keep y'all on. So I got some here. I'm good back in the big way. I know when they find something, they turn to me and we'll do again. Sometimes I can't use all of it, or I'm holding on to it until something comes where I know we can use it. I just don't want to jump on it real quick.
Okay, we got to take them out.
But anyway, I've been told we got to take the dog out. But God bless y'all. And like I said, I wish we stay all night and talk, but we can't.
Night.
Y'all go back and y'all got to go back to y'all's own lives. I do too. But until next time, y'all just stay informed. Stay informed. Research. Check your stuff out. Don't take for granted that you know everything that's going on. Don't believe everything that's what it has to say is don't believe what you hear and half what you see. Just it don't hurt. Check it. Google it. I mean, there might be an article that says something like that, but Google it again. Look at the other side of it, because there's a lot of things in this league. Just like I watched several stories that tell you one way that the case went down when it would come at them. I mean, there's a real to it, there's not. But it depends on how far they want to stretch the truth. It wasn't really their lives. How far they want to make it real or make it more healthy for the victims involved, because a lot of things were really stained when that's the way it was now. But that's the way it is. Everybody's human. We're all human. We should live that way. Don't think you're better than somebody else and you got shit in your backyard. You got to clean it up. But God bless y'all. I'll see y'all soon. And try to see y'all again. We'll try this one more time. I enjoyed having Doug. Don't see him again for somehow. So I'm going. Y'all be good. Love y'all. Be careful. Do the likes and all the yada yada. We'll see y'all tomorrow. I said we'll see you. I try to get. Why do you ask me? Say when I end the broadcast. Say yes, I want to end the broadcast. Are you sure you want to end the broadcast? You're still in